The cameras began flashing before I reached the courthouse steps. I counted them 1, 2, 3, 4, using the breathing ritual that kept panic from swallowing me for 5 years. Evelyn Cross had invited the press. She wanted photographs of me losing everything. I wore a navy dress, my hair pinned back, and carried one thin folder. Inside courtroom 4B, Evelyn sat behind her son in an ivory suit, pearls at her throat. Her smile was the same one she had worn while criticizing my cooking, my clothes, my education, and my little design hobby. My husband, Adrian Cross, stared at his phone beside his silver-haired attorney, Malcolm Price. He never looked at me. He looked polished, successful, bored, the celebrated developer who supposedly built an empire while I contributed nothing. My attorney, Nadia Park, entered before Judge Miriam Holt took the bench. Malcolm rose smoothly. He described Adrian as a devoted provider who had worked 80-hour weeks. He called my freelance career sporadic, my contribution negligible, and my divorce claim opportunistic. Evelyn nodded, then Judge Holt interrupted him. Mr. Cross, explain the deed for Harbour Point Plaza. Adrian looked up. The judge lifted a document. A commercial property purchase for $2.3 million is registered in your wife's name. Why? Colour left Malcolm's face. Evelyn stopped smiling. Adrian claimed it was a tax arrangement. Judge Holt asked whether he had signed my name. He hesitated. That hesitation carried me backward 5 years. Adrian had once seemed charming. We met in a cafe while I designed a bakery logo. He admired my work, proposed beside the ocean, and promised partnership. After the wedding, partnership became obedience. Evelyn chose our house furnishings, entered with her own key, and treated me like hired help. Adrian called my career a pastime and compared everything I did to his mother. 9 months into our marriage, I found messages from a woman named Tessa. I photographed them, created a hidden folder called Garden Ideas, and started documenting every lie. The affairs multiplied, but worse came later. One night, through the wall of Adrian's office, I heard him ordering someone to replace a failed inspection report for Harbour Point. The building had foundation damage. He planned to sell it through a temporary company, dissolve that company, and leave the liability attached to whoever appeared on the deed, me. I researched public records from library computers. 7 unsafe properties carried forged versions of my signature. Adrian had used shell companies, bribed inspectors, and hidden profits in accounts I could not access. I contacted Owen Mercer, Adrian's partner. Adrian had ruined him after Owen objected to the scheme. Owen gave me old contracts, payment records, and names. A forensic accountant traced the money. Nadia arranged handwriting analysis and sent every document to the court 3 weeks before the hearing. Now standing before Judge Holt, I answered, "No, Your Honor, I never authorized him to sign anything." The courtroom erupted. Nadia presented the expert report proving forgery. She produced the original failed inspection, the false replacement, and a $15,000 payment to the inspector who approved it. She showed that all 7 properties had been placed in my name to make me Adrian's shield. Evelyn leapt up, shouting that her son would never commit fraud. Judge Holt warned her once. When Nadia revealed Evelyn's payments to city officials, Evelyn screamed again. The bailiff escorted her out while she demanded to know whether anyone understood who she was. "I understand exactly who you are," Judge Holt said. "Someone disrupting my courtroom." Nadia opened another file. Adrian had spent more than $200,000 in marital funds on hotels, jewelry, vacations, and an apartment for his girlfriends. Then she played recordings I had made legally during conversations I attended. Adrian's voice filled the room, discussing forged documents and bribed inspectors. Evelyn's voice followed, recommending cooperative officials. Adrian stared at me as though I had become a stranger. "How long have you known?" he whispered. I said nothing. Judge Holt froze every asset connected to the fraudulent properties and referred the evidence to state and federal investigators. She dissolved our marriage, awarded me the house, half the legitimate marital assets, repayment of the money wasted on his affairs, and 5 years of support. She also ordered Adrian and Evelyn to stay away from me. Federal agents entered before the judge finished speaking. As they approached, Adrian lost his composure. "You destroyed our future," he said. I picked up my thin folder. "No," I told him. "You built your future on forged signatures and unsafe buildings. I only opened the door." In the hallway, Evelyn called me vindictive. I reminded her that every intrusion, threat, and insult was documented, and that one violation of the order would bring another case. Outside, the cameras turned toward Adrian as agents led him to an unmarked car. Evelyn chased reporters, shouting about reputation and betrayal. Nobody photographed me leaving. For years, invisibility had been forced upon me. That afternoon, I chose it. I crossed the street alone, breathing easily, while the empire built in my name collapsed behind me.